ago, President Trump said he didn't know Vice President Harris was a black woman. I'm trying to figure out what all the outrage is about because she's only black when it's time to get elected.
India is a very important part of my life. When my sister Maya and I were growing up, our mother would take us from the Bay Area to India pretty much every other year.
The left wants you to get in your feelings about things that have been said, but I want you guys to pay attention to what has been done. They don't want to talk policy. They just want to use propaganda to steal your vote. The left is trying to tout this woman as a savior for the black community, but all she's done is hurt the black community since she came into the game.
So which is it? Is she black or is she Indian? Well, whatever the case might be, it's pretty clear that Kamala Harris has left a lasting impact on the lives of thousands of black Americans while she was a prosecutor in California. Now, you guys might remember this from her failed 2020 presidential run. Kamala Harris didn't have much of a defense when she was blasted by Tulsi Gabbard regarding her record and how she put innocent people into death row, something that Kamala Harris has stated to have been proud of doing. Unbelievable.
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Wow. Like, how many of you guys think Kamala Harris ever smoked weed? I mean, seriously. And this same lady would likely or has locked up how many thousands of black, brown, and, you know, even white people, I'm pretty sure, over having marijuana or weed. Also, now it's legal. But she used to prosecute it like as if it was like murder or something like that. Just unbelievable. And also the double standard. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually has done half the crimes herself that she prosecuted people for. But this kind of thing, this really put her out of the race back in 2020. And it's something that's bound to come up again when Kamala Harris and Donald Trump get into a debate, which we'll probably see here in the coming days or weeks. But again, this is one that might not happen as they can't even agree as to which news outlet to host it on. So the first debate was held on CNN, a mostly left-leaning liberal news station. Now, the difference is that Donald Trump went against President Joe Biden at the time. Now, with Kamala Harris suddenly getting subbed in, it felt as if the Democratic Party just kind of fooled the entire nation. They wanted us to believe that Biden was their guy. But when it came to actually running against Donald Trump, now they're calling an audible. Now, many people believe that this is why Donald Trump wants the debate to happen on Fox News on September 4th. Kamala Harris argues that the former president agreed to a debate on September 10th, and now she wants it on ABC News. So is it going to be Fox News or is it going to be ABC News? Now, again, Donald Trump, he agreed to debating Biden on that date, not Kamala Harris. Now, you got to think, what if Republicans pulled a similar stunt and had Ron DeSantis, maybe, I don't know, Nikki Haley or somebody else as their presidential nominee? And of course, there is the matter of what voters think of the vice president. Now, we heard how Tulsi Gabbard criticized her for her actions as a prosecutor in California. We also know that Donald Trump himself has been confused about whether or not Kamala Harris is black or if she's using it to advance her political career. But why don't we ask the black community and what they think about Kamala Harris? Stay tuned until the end of this clip because this one is hilarious.
Is Kamala going to make you a little more likely or less likely to vote Democrat?
Well, wait, hold on, wait. Is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I'm going to let her speak on that. But to me, no.
Oh, is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I share that same view.
Wow, is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I heard she was. I heard she was half black and half Asian.
When I played that audio on my SiriusXM radio program on Thursday, many callers who self-identified as African American were quick to tell me that those men were the exception, not the rule. Some described them as low information voters, no different than you'd find among whites.
Wow. Now I have another clip here where I'll show you guys later that'll show you why CNN host Michael Smerconish is wrong about his assessment. But to call these black men as low information voters just because they think that Kamala Harris isn't black is kind of insulting, don't you think? Are they not allowed to have their own opinion? Are all black people going to have the exact same opinion? And note that I watched this video, it's like 46 minutes long. And nowhere in it would anybody in their right mind call these guys as low information voters. It's actually the opposite because the conversation was jam-packed with great insights and information. Remember, it was Kamala Harris herself who kept running as Indian American. But of course, we have to ignore that now since she needs the black vote. So now she's in the black category. And here's something else they said that's really interesting.
Flip it a little bit further. Does a black candidate, maybe, even if it's 10% or 5% or maybe even more, maybe understand your background, your needs better than a candidate who's not?
If they've come from our background.
Well, so let's get away from that. Let's say it is a black candidate.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you vote for someone who's a black candidate over a white candidate if they have the same issues? And they're no different on the issues, but one's black, one's white. Do you favor the black candidate because of like those reasons? Maybe they understand my situation better, understand me better.
Yeah, are you relating to somebody more just based on if they kind of resemble what you look like? Does that inherently make you want to vote for them?
If they come from my background, like
just like Ray said, like so they really gotta be. Yeah. They just can't be black. They gotta
can't just be black. Yeah. I'm sorry, you have to come from my background. Wow. You have to understand what it is to be poor, to fight for everything, to get where I've been through so much to get where I am today. And if you can't relate to that, why am I gonna just give you my vote?
It makes sense, right? But of course, liberal media isn't just bombarding us with reports that Kamala Harris is black. They're also in the business of painting Donald Trump as a racist. But is he really?
Is Donald Trump a racist?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Until I see something for myself that would paint in my mind or give me the information, the evidence, hey, he's racist, I would say yes. But currently, that man hasn't done anything or said anything that made me look at him and go, oh, he's a racist.
If you ask social media, is he a racist? Is it a little more clean?
Oh, yeah, it's clean cut.
Yeah.
Wow. Now remember, these are the very same people that Michael Smerconish called as low information voters. They don't seem like low information voters or low IQ individuals to me. What about you guys? They're black men who want more than just words. They think for themselves and they base their reactions on what a person has done or what they've seen. Now, I will note that they didn't say that they would vote for Donald Trump. They didn't say that. None of them vouched to vote for Kamala Harris either, though. Donald Trump was seen as the lesser evil, with one of them saying that he would vote for RFK Jr., and that's the beauty of our country, right? We should all have the freedom to choose who we want based on the facts and the research that we can do for ourselves. Now, speaking of facts, new updates are actually coming out connected to Donald Trump's assassination attempt. It's one that has the new Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe in a lot of trouble. So much trouble that he got into multiple shouting matches with different Republican lawmakers like Senator Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz. Now, I talk about this in way more detail in a previous video, so make sure you guys check that one out. But as always, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for hitting the like button and for subscribing to the channel and sharing these videos. I'll see you on the next one.